Hi, welcome to Read a Woman channel. My name is Judy, and I am here for a small haul and a little conversation about the Brontes. I'm really excited. I splurged. I got a brand new or almost new copy of, well, so sad you're reading it backwards, but it's The Brontes by Juliet Barker. It's not new, and I have actually had a heck of a time finding it. My local bookstores did not carry it, and I knew that I'd never find a new copy. And so I went on eBay. I found one that said it was almost like new, and it really looks like it. So exciting. So exciting. Let's see when this was written. This was written in 1994, a few years ago. I've always been interested in Charlotte Bronte. I adored Jane Eyre growing up. It was my book as a kid. I read it and reread it and read it again. And, it was so exciting for my niece down in California for Christmas one year. I got her the graphic novel version of Jane Eyre. And so she was reading that, and I decided I'd read it along with her. And we had a great time. But what really sparked my interest lately was I saw the TV show To Walk Invisible, which is, I think, somewhat based on this book and their letters that were collected. That's my next purchase by Juliet Barker. She has the letters of the Brontes in a beautiful edition. So I'm keeping my eye on that on eBay. But it was so beautifully done. Sally, let me read the name here, Wainwright, who has done so many wonderful, great things, like Happy Valley. I thought that she just blew it apart. The sense of claustrophobia, of coziness, of the wildness of the moors that were right at their back door, and the sisterhood. And the horror that had to have been there with their brother just destroying himself and his family as much as he possibly could out of, illness and mental illness and alcoholism and all the rest of it. So it was very, very sad. But it just kind of reawakened an interest that I have in the Brontes. And a few years ago, I had gotten this book and really enjoyed reading it, which is called Becoming Jane by Sheila Kohler. And it was a play on the Becoming Jane for Jane Austen. But it definitely led me to think about Charlotte Bronte and her sisters in a very different way. I've never really read a true biography of them all. And I've read Wuthering Heights a couple of times, but it will never be my favorite book. I know that it's on all the lists of, one of the best books ever written. I just don't get it. I really don't. Heathcliff is insufferable and evil, and Catherine chose wrong. I mean, I feel like she did, at least. And the consequences that led down to the family is horrible. Thinking about it in connection with the Brontes, maybe she was writing about her brother, in some sense of, whereas Heathcliff, just always seemed like a force of nature who was bound and determined to destroy everything. And maybe that was somewhat reflected of her brother. So I don't know. It could be. I'll have to think about it. But yeah, Wuthering Heights never captured my heart. I did, and I hate to say it, I haven't finished Anne Bronte's uh, novel. I Hold on just a second. I'm back. I was trying to find the books and didn't have a lot of luck. I found the Tenet of Wildfell Hall, but the one that I was actually reading and I never finished was Agnes Grey. And but with my new find, who knows? I might be rereading. And I never really read much anything else by Charlotte Bronte. I did buy a paperback of Villette. So we'll see what this biography does. It's huge, and it may force me back and reading everything by the Brontes, or I just may be happy finding out a little bit more on a personal level of who and what they were as people and sisters. But I guess that's also what fascinates me, is their sisters. I was not blessed with a sister. I only had a brother whom I loved dearly, but I loved Little Women because it was sisters, and when I actually read Pride and Prejudice, I loved the sister aspect, the good and the bad and the ugly. And so it's fascinating that you have these 3 surviving sisters who managed to, take what life flung at them, which wasn't all that great, and turned it around to where they made this timeless art. All 3 of them. So even with their short lives, they definitely created something well worth reading. So anyways, I'm so excited. Oh, by the way, I got this recommendation through Stephen Donahue. I follow his every day. Unfortunately, he's giving me too many recommendations, but this was one that I just felt like I had to get. And there's another one coming too next month that's getting published. It's called Jane and Dorothy, about Jane juxtaposing Jane Austen with Dorothy Wordsworth. So that is another one I'm really looking forward to, and I'll let you know when I get it. Hope everyone is having a great life in their books, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.